Good afternoon, friends. How are you all? And enjoying monsoon season? Right here, really, beautifully the season is. The rain is there. Very rainy days there in Surat. So, how is it in the other parts of India? But I think I'll get the live update. So for Charmi, it is very good evening because of the weather. All right. So let's start with the session. Okay. Today we are going to have an introduction session on arrangements. Fine. This is going to be a very important thing. Then in a normal language, we also call it as a it is going to be a part of the data arrangement. But when I say data arrangement, right, then the variables are generally in the tabular form. Okay. Today we are going to see the arrangements in the linear form. Okay. So this is going to be an introduction session. So I am going to deal with the language as usual, the concepts which we should consider, right, while solving the questions. What are the things we should keep in mind when we are solving, because ultimately there is no theory to this, right? It's all about the approach, how you solve it, right? So this is what we are going to do it today. So this is specially the session for the beginners. Okay, fine. So that there is, I'm very straightway mentioning this thing so that there is no mismatch of the expectations. All right, fine. So when we talk about the arrangements, right, linear arrangement, if I am mentioning it so specifically, it means that there is other variety as well, which is called a circular arrangement. So today we will be dealing with the linear arrangement. Fine. Okay, so instructions, what are the things or the language or thing we should follow, so that would be there, and it is going to be followed by the questions. So with respect to arrangements, a linear arrangement, right, basically it is all about the sitting. So it will be mentioned that there are 5 people sitting in a row, facing south, facing north, or it is not necessary that all of them are facing south or all of them are facing north. So this is the first point we have to consider. If nothing is mentioned in the question and it is simply said that 5 people or 7 people or 8 people or 12 people or 11 people are sitting in a row, fine, and they straightway come to the conditions, then we can assume it, and we should ideally assume it, that they are all facing north. Okay. So the moment we are facing north, right, and then they come with the instruction that A is to the immediate right of D, or A is in the right of D. So here the word is important, right, okay, or if I say that A is in the left of D. Okay, fine. So here our left, generally as I said, if you are facing north, then our left is going to be A's left, and so if here is A and E is in the the left side of A, then E is going to be on this side, and if D is on the right side, right, then in that case of A, then this is going to be right. So first thing is that nothing is mentioned, we will assume it that we are facing north. Okay. Second thing, right, that if we are facing north, then as we had studied in direction sense questions, our left is going to be the person facing north and our right is going to be the right of the person facing right. But if it is mentioned that the person is facing south, in that case our right will become left. Okay. So in that case, if I say that if A is facing south and E is on the right side, okay, so here the right side is going to be this side. Okay, is it clear? Fine. Is it clear? Is it correct what I have written? No dear, this is wrong, because now A's right is going to be my left. This is my left, and since A is facing south, so A's right is going to be my left. So if E is on the right of A, then E has to be again on the same direction. Fine. All right. So these are the 2 points you have to consider when you are making, the linear arrangement thing. Okay. Second thing, when it comes, so this is what is there with respect to, and the questions can be of 3 variety, either all are facing south, or all are facing north, or few of them or some of them are facing south and some of them are facing north, right? That is going to be really difficult, because here then our left and right will be depending on which side the facing is. Okay, so this is what is there. Second thing is that when the moment we get the question, right, what we should do is we should start over the practice, right, develop your own pictorial language, in the sense that if you have been given a statement that A is immediate, okay, A is immediate left to D, okay, immediate left to D. So in that case, what I do is that because it is with respect to D and nothing has been mentioned, I am assuming it facing north. So the left is going to be AD, and I draw this thing. You can have your own, you can develop your own pictorial language, but you must, okay, when we will be solving the questions, you would come to know that if you don't develop this pictorial language of your own, then the amount of time consumed would be really big. Okay, so this is there, but instead of this word immediate, A is left to D, okay, then in that case I am going to write D, A is left to D. Can you see that? ये मैंने L लिखा है, I have written L, right? It means that it is there. You can also develop the language that if A is, so say if instead of this, the statement was A is 3 places, or there is 3 persons between A and D, and it is 3 places left to D. Okay, so if I want to write the same sentence, right, or which conveys a similar meaning, that there is three people are there, fine, or it is third, okay, with respect to A, I would be writing like this: D, with respect to D I have to write A, it is in the left, and then I will be deciding A is 3 places left to D. It means that there are 2 people between A and D. Okay, fine. So this is what you have to, what happened? Okay, fine. So, so here this is the language. So when I am writing, because this is my pictorial language, I am very clear that when I am writing 2, it means that the number of people between D and A, because there can be many other ways of conveying the message, which means either it is like third, so there are 2 people, or there are 3 places between A and D. So in that case, there will be, the answer would be 3. Okay, so be very clear when you are writing this number, what according to you the interpretation is. Fine. Then say there is a statement given, A is between C and D. Okay, A is between C and D. Then it can be like this: A is between C and D, and even this also means that A is between C and D, and even this also means that A is between C and D. Are you getting my point what I am making over here? We don't have to assume it, that when it is mentioned that A is between C and D, it means that they are immediate neighbors. We don't have to assume, because if there are 5 people, this may, the first, the thing may turn out to be true. But say there are 7 people or there are 11 people, in that case this can keep on increasing, and still the statement remains true that A is between C and D. Okay, is it clear? Fine. Second thing, when it is mentioned that A is between C and D, it also means DAC. Okay, then some in a question, there will be some additional condition given to you that C cannot sit on the extreme, any of the extreme place. So that gives you a clue that out of first and second, which arrangement will be true. But we can't assume it, because it is in alphabetical order, then it has to be like CAD. Is it clear? Friends, make it a point that whatever the tips or the points I am making it to you, note it down in a page and make a note of it, because the more you will go through it, you will become more comfortable in solving with respect to speed and accuracy. Is it clear? Fine. So here the sequence is not fixed that it has to be CAD, it can be even DAC. Is it clear, friends? Right? Okay. Then when the questions are mentioned where there are the the different statements which will come across while we will be solving the questions, but we have to be very clear that when I am drawing or when I am making a sitting arrangement, say to make it simpler, only there are 5 people, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I am writing it with the instructions, right? In the instruction, if there are like 4 directions, at the end of the direction I am going to make a pictorial note of it, that is a short form of it. And if it is mentioned that either C or D sits on the extremes, C or D sits on the extreme. So you know what it means, it C or D, or you have to also write at the same time C or D. So what I do is over here that right from the beginning I try to take the possible cases. So in linear arrangement, if there are 2 cases, if there are 2 positions where this thing is going to happen or the statement holds true, I will make 2 in the beginning itself, because I know as I will move further and there will be more conditions, right, then the option will get eliminated. Okay, but over here again there are few things you have to note. The first thing you have to note is that it is not necessary that every time you will be in a position to make a complete linear arrangement, in the sense that if there are 5 people or 7 people or 11, every time not necessary that you would come to know the exact position of all the person, right? It may happen that 3 or 4 places are still vacant. Let it be. Don't assume it and don't just go with the questions with assumption. This is what the biggest mistake we make it. You say that no ma'am, we don't assume it. Let me give you the other side of the thinking. Why it happened so? That you did, once you came to know about a particular the arrangement, you didn't thought of is there any other possibility, because until and unless you don't think so, right, you may come across just one case and you are solving the entire the set of questions on only one, right, and in the option it is cannot be determined or it is none of these, and those options are getting in accordance with your thoughts and you are feeling wow, my all the 5 questions are correct. But the moment you look at the solution and there was another possibility, and accordingly the another set of the answers were there which were correct, and all the 5 in a one go goes wrong, right? So first thing, it's not first of all, you should not assume, you should see to it in the beginning itself or at every condition, right? Is there any other possibility? Try to make it. You may find it a bit cumbersome in the initial phase, but your accuracy would increase like anything. Okay, fine. So be very clear about it. Fine. Okay. Alright, so this is what is there. So we don't have to assume it, make all the possibilities and then go with it. Second point, you know, there is you remember these two terms, okay? Remember that the set of instructions are one global. So that instruction, that condition, global would be in the initial part of the question itself, which has to be true in all possible cases, or you have to satisfy those conditions in each and every question when you are solving. And there will be another set of instruction which will be local. Local means that that condition would be applicable to that particular question. So say you had an arrangement in which you could do majority of the arrangement, but still there were, you know, some options left, or there were the multiple options which could come up with. You should be clear with the basic set of conditions to be satisfied. That's it. Don't be after it that until unless you don't make the entire set, or even the entire, there are 3 possibilities, you make the possibility A complete, B complete and C complete, and then only you come to the question. No. Okay, fine, you should have a very rough idea about it, that these are the 3 possible cases and the maximum, you know, the conditions are getting solved. That's it. Then when you come down to the question, say you aim with the question number 1, and over there will be one if. If A is on the extreme right, so now out of those 3 possibilities, right, you are going to see, you are going to check those possibilities in which A was on the extreme right. Getting it? And you have to discard the other condition. But when you come down to question number 2, again you are, if until and unless nothing is mentioned, you are not going to assume it that A is on the extreme right. Once you come to question number 2, again only the initial 3 cases are going to be applicable. You can't carry it on to the next question. Exception is there if in question number 2 it is mentioned the instruct follow the or accept or as per the question number 1. If such instruction is not given, we can't assume it. Is it clear? So be very careful with this. Friends, I hope, I try to take the basic things, you know, because say when I, you know, solve the question, I keep into mind such points. As soon as I get a question, I simply don't read, right? What happens that many times you may experience in the initial phase that you are reading the entire set of instructions just to make yourself comfortable that will you be in a position to do it or not. Then you read the entire set of instruction for the second time to write it in the pictorial form. Then you read the entire set of instruction for the third time to connect and make the possibilities, and then you switch to the question. Friends, in terms of speed, we have committed suicide. Please don't take my this word in a very extreme form, but yes, I always tell my students that in terms of time, we have committed suicide. Why? Because आपने 3 बारी very specific objective के साथ you read it, which was of no use. To begin with, you start to make yourself comfortable, but what is expected by the, you know, the practice, right, is that you should be in a position to solve it in the first itself, or at the max if required, you should go for a second reading. That's it. So in a way, yes, I'm giving it a kind of, what do you say, a challenge to you people, that solving it after reading 3 times, 4 times, 5 times is no way of fun. The fun is that are you every time in a position to solve the entire set max to max in the second reading itself. You don't have to read it for 3 times or 4 times. So this would be the challenge when you will be doing the data arrangement, especially for, and so this is applicable for the data arrangement in general. Okay, fine. So I hope I am very clear with the points. Okay, so now let me see on the chat, there are some queries. Ma'am, while solving this question, you should first solve all the questions and then solve the questions. Arihant, you should first show all the question and then solve the questions. Priya, yes, I am very serious about it, because dear, when we are preparing, the challenge for us is that we have to perform within a time bracket. Okay, so if we are exceeding it, right, if it is taking 5 times, 7 times more, then yes, that is not a correct way of preparing it. That's why I know, and in my initial lectures also I have told many a times that speed and accuracy while practicing, even if it is a single question, even if there is a single question, you should fit in your mind, that point should be cemented. So with respect to that, I said that. I don't know whether you have seen my previous sessions or not. आदित्य, क्या नहीं समझ में आया आपको? Aditya, can you be Aditya Dhakar? Can you be all right, Priya, I take my word back. Okay, all right. मैम ज़्यादा कुछ समझ नहीं आया, प्लीज़ एग्जाम्पल. Abhishek, I told you that when I come with a lecture, I'm very clear with my points, right? So I have given you the point. Now when we'll be solving these things, you will be in a position to, relate with the points, which I said it should be already there in your mind. I can't simply throw the question and I can't keep a playground open for you, okay, that do it on your own. Then what is the point that I am taking the session? So that's why I gave you a kind of background to this topic. What are the things you should keep in mind, or what kind of the approach you should have. That's it. Okay, fine. So now let's now move further with the question. Okay. So this is the very first set of question in front of you, friends. Fine. Friends, let's focus on the question. So this is a set of questions given to you. I started with this. So make all possible arrangement and we will be solving the questions. Yes, friends, now let's focus on the question. Right, so 7 persons, Paul, so you don't have to read the entire name, P, Q, R, S, T, U and V, right? Fine, so for us it is all P, Q, R, S, T, V sitting in a row facing us. Okay, Rex and Sam sit next to each other. So for this, Rex and Nam sit next to each other. So what I am going to do is this, and since I am writing it in a two-way, it means that it can be RS as well as SR. Okay, there must be exactly 4 persons between Q and V. So Q and V, there has to be 4 people. Okay, Sam sits immediate to the right of Queen. Immediate to the right of Queen. Now, because they are facing us, right? So the right side of Queen is going to be the R left side. So Sam is here. So as I had mentioned here, it is two-way possible, RS or SR, but because of the last condition, right, we have to rule out SR possibility. So now what we are getting is RSQ. Fine. So these are the two conditions which are the global conditions. So are we, Priya, it's fine dear, just focus on the question, just leave all those things, don't be sorry. Yeah, Rashi, very good question. Now, what do you mean by facing us? So, you know, in that case, what I would say is assume that we are in north, or the students are facing north, because we have this flexibility ना कि हमको किस side खड़े रहना है, and we are very much acquainted, naturally we are acquainted with facing north, so let the teacher be in the north. Okay, is this question clear? I mean the basic conditions are clear. And friends, I mean, why I have every time I have to mention that मुझे समझ में नहीं आया, or ma'am I couldn't understand. So how would I come to know that क्या आपको नहीं समझ में आया? Just put yourself, I mean, see, communication has to be very transparent and very precise, so that, you know, I can straightway come to your point. Now Devraj, every time you write, ma'am sorry ma'am I couldn't understand it. Okay बेटा, नहीं समझ में आया, एक्सेप्ट, बट क्या नहीं समझ में आया, पुट दैट पॉइंट ना. Okay, so this was the thing. All right, fine. Okay, now so this is all the, so from here there are the possibilities. I think in your notebook you have made all the possibilities. क्या क्या possibilities हो सकता था, right? What all possibilities could have been. So if I could have written, say, RSQ, right? So I can write RSQ, and there have been 4 people between them, then V would be here. So 1, 2, 3, 4 people are there, and it could have been also possible to write, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I write V over here, and automatically it will turn out to be RSQ. Okay, so we don't know about the other people, these are the 2. So one of the possibilities was shared over here, but initial, because I just have the global, you know, the conditions, I don't know anything additional apart from the, I tried to figure, you know, figure out all the possible conditions fit in over here. So I am coming up with the two sequence, possible sequence. This is the one thing, and this is the second thing. This is where I was talking about, you know, Abhishek, the, you know, the global condition. So these two, 1 and 2, the arrangement which I am showing it over here, are based on the global arrangement. Are we all ready for the questions now? Right? Fine. Let's have the question now. So now see the word if Paul and Tom are separated. Okay, so now do it. So what would be the answer according to you? Yes, what will be the answer according to you? So if Paul and Tom are separated by exactly 2 persons, then who sits immediate to Wali? Paul and Tom are separated exactly by 2 persons. Paul and Tom are exactly separated by 2 persons. So in that case, it has to be the first case only. Then here I could have written Paul over here and Tom over here, right? Okay, so we were only left with UNICEF. I mean UNIF, sorry, not UNICEF, I'm sorry. Okay, fine, UNIF. So the answer is going to be UNIF, that is C, or third. Okay, Aryan need to check the answer. Arihant is with Rex, वो तो possible ही नहीं है, because RSQ are together, right, and in between there are only 2 persons, so Rex is no way possible. Okay, is it clear? The the approach is clear, right? Global condition was there, this was a local condition, and then we came to the question. Now who is this? Sajai, I already explained why you are, okay, leave it. Fine. Is this thing clear? Now, let's move on to the next question. Fine. So, again there is an additional condition given over here, right? Okay, Binith. So, how the position was decided? How the position, okay, so fine, I'll take this point towards the end. You, Binith, you focus on the second question. I will take this point towards the end of this question. If Q is not sitting at either extremes of the row, got it? The background which I had created. So, automatically with the initial two, the possibilities we were moving with, one automatically is getting ruled out, right? So, then in that case it has to be R, S, Q. This one only, Q cannot sit on the extreme. Then who among the following, and there was the, 4 people between them. So, V was here, okay. So, then who among the following has as many person on his left as on his right? And see here, this R is already in the middle position. So, we are with the answer, that is Rax. Clear? Very good. Fine. Question number 3. Question number 3. If queen sits at one extreme, right? So, here it would be R, S, Q and V would be here. Right. So, in this case, we don't know about the other conditions, right? Who would be coming into the, because the question is, then who is at the other extreme. So, it's an open choice, right? Many options are there and hence the answer is it cannot be determined. Now, I am coming to the question number 1 of this set, because one of your friend couldn't figure it out how I decided. See, so here you can see that, let me, okay. So, these were the two possibilities, fine, and as per the question, see, there are two persons, right, between Paul and Tom. So, tell me, in this, if I don't write P over here and T over here, because 1, 2 and 3, these were the only 3 options, I mean positions vacant, where I have to make all the possibilities, and there should be 2 people between P and T, right? So, there was only one case, that was this thing. And over here, your doubt may be कि ma'am आपने सिर्फ एक ही, why you wrote only P and T? It could have been even T and P. Possible, right? Because between P and T there are 2 people. But why I didn't wrote this thing? Because it was not affecting my answer. Whether it was T V dash T or whether it was P V dash, I mean T V dash P or P V dash T, still my answer was going to be U. That's why I didn't wrote the second option. I hope I am very clear now. Right? Okay, extreme means either on the leftmost side or the rightmost side. Fine. Clear with this set? राइट सो एक बेसिक हमने सेट ऑफ अरेंजमेंट में देखा कि क्या चीज़ों को हमें ध्यान में रखना होता है. Fine. All right. Now, let's move on to, okay, so how many different ways the 7 persons can sit in a row? Rashi, it cannot be Q, R, S and V. No, that is not possible. Because of the left and right side. If I write Q, right, then S has to be, because I have assumed, okay, so your this thing can be only possible if you are facing south. So the entire arrangement would get reversed. So when I started solving, I said we are, mentally more comfortable. So facing us may, I kept myself this north, so that all were facing towards north. That's why I have considered. So if you are facing south, then in that case your this arrangement would come true. Very simple. Question number 5, right? That there were only 2 cases and we made it. Okay. Shrey, how we got A 3 cases? Can you write it that? Hetal, absolutely correct answer, beta. Shrey Kumar, can you give me the 2 possibilities I had already written? Can you give me the 3rd possibility? I am waiting, you give the answer. These are the 2 possibilities I made. There's someone who is giving me the answer as this. Anyways, fine. All right. So now moving on to the second. So this was the possible arrangement and these were the answers. Okay, this is for anyone who couldn't follow it, can pause the video and then verify the answers, right? Otherwise, we have already discussed the answers. Next set of questions. Now you will see a bit of difference over here. I have come with another set of questions with 2 variables. Okay, fine. Let's focus on this question now. So in a conference, 5 delegates A, B, C, D and E who are from the different countries. Okay, the delegate from Bangladesh is to the immediate left of the delegate from Sri Lanka. So Sri Lanka, left side would be Bangladesh. That's it. Only A is sitting between C and D. So only A is sitting. It means that it has to be either CAD or DAC, and D is to the immediate right of E and immediate right of. So wherever the E would be there, fine, immediate right side में E के right में D is there. Okay. B, the delegate from Pakistan is sitting at one of the ends. So B is B from Pakistan is extreme, and delegate from Nepal is sitting in the middle. Okay, fine. So guys, you might have started making the arrangement. So how many possibilities are there? How many possibilities? All are busy in solving. Good. BCEAD. Okay, so one is that BCEAD, DEACB, EDACB. Okay. Yes, Arihant, one is correct. If I take it B on the one of the extreme sides, then it will be BEDAC. And then the B can be on the other extreme as well. In that case, it is going to be EDAC. EDAC. And accordingly, yes. So there are two possibilities. Vinith, two possibilities. One, where is Rajat Tanvar? My Sinchan Goku. Hi Sinchan. Right. So see here, when I am making sitting on the extreme left, I can make the arrangement. Similarly, I could have took it on the extreme right, and the arrangement is possible. All right, but E is in the middle. Srishti, for us E is not important. Who is in the middle? Nepal is in the middle. That's it. Okay. So we are here, the country is fixed and not the person. So in the second arrangement, it is pretty possible that the if the country, say for example Nepal is in the middle, right, in one arrangement, right, or D is from Nepal, in another arrangement say A is from Nepal, that's okay, that's perfectly fine. Arihant, why Nepal would not be? It is clearly mentioned delegate from Nepal is sitting in the middle. Right. So Nepal has to be. So this what you gave me, the arrangement in terms of person. And what about the country? Because country का fix है, country में ज़्यादा कोई changes नहीं आ रहा है, right? Because if B is from Pakistan, ये भी एक fix हो गया. D, because person has to be from Nepal, ये भी fix हो गया that D is from Nepal. Then we have this also one condition that Sri Lanka के left में, the Bangladesh is there. So then Sri Lanka, so it would be like Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, and only one country is left, so that is India. So that is fixed. Usme I don't think so there are any other options. Yes, Arihant, exactly. So that is what is the the beauty of this question. So it is only the one thing which we know is that B is from Pakistan. That's it. So if he is on the extreme right, okay, fine. So if he is on the extreme right, B is going to be from Pakistan. You have to write that, and in middle Nepal. B is on extreme left, so B, Pakistan, right? So okay, let's do the question, and at that time, again I am facing north, Rashi. I think it's okay. You go ahead with it. Friends, see, let's make it very clear. Because the directions are not mentioned over here. Okay, oh, here it is mentioned. They are all facing north, Rashi. They are all facing north, right? So then it is not possible here. No, Varsha, no, not in that way. Okay, let's move to a question and you will get a clarity because I'll get a space to write as well. Okay, fine. So let's see. Okay, so B is not adjacent, then who is the delegate? Fine. So what I would have done was, when for this set, I would have written over here the delegates and country. Okay, fine. So if I am taking the first option that delegate is B, then I know that he is from Pakistan. Then what I know, the person in the middle, right, is from Nepal. Then because we are facing north, it is also mentioned, right, that what was that condition of Bangladesh? That okay, so what was that? The delegate from Bangladesh is to the immediate left of person from Sri Lanka. So then immediate left. So then in that case, the person over here would be from Sri Lanka, and here it would be Bangladesh, right? And so the only one country left was India. That's it. Okay, these were the only things I knew it. Say if I change it again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I make B over here, then only thing I know is that Nepal is here, right? And Bangladesh should be in the left side of Sri Lanka. Okay, so left side of Sri Lanka, in that case Sri Lanka would be here and Bangladesh would be here. So what we are left with is with India. That's it. Okay, fine. Then we knew it. Then the another condition was there of CAD, right? And immediate. Okay, what was that condition? That it should have been on immediate right. Okay, so D is to the immediate right of E. E के right में D होना चाहिए. So then it was E D A C. Okay, so E D A C is only possible if I write over here E D A C, right? Or else it should have been what? Any other possibility? Wait, यहाँ पे can I write? Can I write over here? Are you getting it? What I am doing it over here? Fine. So ये तो पॉसिबल ही नहीं होगा, मुझे इसी में ही आपको इन दिस ओनली आई विल बी राइटिंग इट, राइट. सो ये लिखने के बाद भी मेरा पर्सन अरेंजमेंट इज नॉट हैपनिंग, तो आई विल बी गोइंग फर्दर. I am just leaving it open ended. Okay, leaving open ended in the sense that I am leaving it open for you to think that how you should proceed further. Okay, fine. But anyways, the question now if B is not adjacent to E, so here that B, E was not there, then B is not, then in this case the second arrangement we were supposed to consider and answer in that way, and yes, answer is A. Question number 1, the answer is A. Alright. Question number 2. If D is not the delegate from Sri Lanka, so you have to see to it in which the D is not coming from Sri Lanka, right? Then who is sitting at the extreme left? Who is sitting extreme left? Srishti, there are two variables. It is not fixed except that B is from Pakistan. For rest of the people A, D, C, E, we don't know who are from which country, and hence there can be the possibility. We are just checking the possibility. We can't fix it that D has to be from this country only, because there are two set of variables and we have to satisfy the conditions. Alright. Okay, the answer is B, Pakistan, correct. Question 3, which is definitely false? Definitely false. A is from Bangladesh, it is possible, right? A is from Bangladesh, it is possible. E is sitting at an extreme left, even that is also possible. E, D, A, C, B. So even that is also possible. C is from Nepal. No. The answer is third. Very good. Third. Question number 3. Charmi, why A is from Bangladesh? It is possible. Okay. Fine. Alright. So this is their answer. Friends, this is a question, right, where there is a mixture. This here I am like ending my session. Why I am doing that? Because here lot of possibilities are there. Lot of possibilities. So I want you to be ready with the solutions of this question, so that tomorrow when will I continue this thing. So you got a clue that tomorrow we are going to do the questions on the arrangements, right? So tomorrow I will be starting my question with this set. I'm ending it here because lot many cases are happening, and if you are not clear with your right and left, then it will be a wastage of time for you as well as for yours as well as mine. Is it clear? Right? So friends, you will pause the video over here and you are going to solve the entire set, and tomorrow we will be continuing with this set. Is this thing clear? Yes, we will discuss. I want you to work on this, because if I write, then it will be the solution from my side and you will keep me asking how, why, right? So better you solve, and tomorrow we'll discuss the solutions. So on this note, I end my session over here. I hope you like the session. Okay, thank you very much. And before I just sign off, in case somebody has felt that the word suicide I should have not been used, I am taking that word back. But I was very clear in which context I had used that word, but still, my apologies if somebody has felt that it should not have been used. Thank you very much.